Welcome to Instructional Technology, podcast and tutorials from the School of Education at High Point University. In this episode, we will be reviewing ways that we can edit our Blogger blogs. Let's get started. So here we are in my blog, Instructional Technology, and you see the latest post all about Google Drive. This might be a good one to check out if you need a review of Google Drive. It even includes 2 tutorials. One on using Google Drive online and one on downloading and synchronizing Google Drive on a Mac. But let's say that this is my post and I'm ready to do some editing to this post or even to create a new post. What do I need to do? Well, first I make sure I'm signed in, which I am. Then I could just click on New Post, or I could click on Design. When you click on Design, you then get to a page that gives you all of the settings for your blog. Remember, the blog is the entity, and each time you write something new, that's a new post. So you will have one blog with lots of different posts. So I can actually customize or change my theme, my template, see what it's going to look like if I view it on an iPad or I view it on an iPhone. Or I could just go over here and click on Posts. And that's what we're going to do so we can see our posts. So here's the post that is out there that you could see when we first looked at the blog. And let's say I want to create a new one. So I'm just going to click on the pencil. And now I'm into a new post. I have 2 different ways that I can edit this. I can edit it in Compose, which is going to be very similar to Microsoft Word. Or I can edit it in HTML, which is where you have to enter all the codes. I recommend Compose. First thing you want to be sure to do is to put in a title. So I'm just going to, because this is just going to be a sample post, call this Editing Blogger. Then I'm going to come down and I'm going to type in some text. Here is where I can type my text. And I happen to have copied some text and I'm going to paste it in. And I copied this text and pasted it in because it had some bullets and things like that. And sometimes those are a little bit tricky to work with. So I kind of wanted us to have a review of those things. All right, so here it is. Now, first thing you might notice is this text is one font. This text is a different font. That could be a problem. So we need to fix that. First way to fix it is to just try to highlight everything and come up here and choose a font. And let's just choose Arial. And that happened to fix it. Okay. So here I have this text, and here I have this text. The next issue you might see is that this is black, this is red. And we really don't want to be changing our colors very much. So let's highlight again. This time I'm going to go to the color, and I'm going to choose to put it all in red. And now everything is the same color, everything is the same size, everything is the same style, and so I'm ready to maybe do something else. Another thing I might want to do is I might want to have some hyperlinks. So when you do hyperlinks, you always want to hyperlink text. So I'm just going to hyperlink the word hyperlink, just as an example. So I'm going to highlight the text, click on the word link, and then I'm going to type in where I would like this to go. Now you're going to want it to go to a place that makes complete and total sense for it to be going to it, like High Point University. We would think that would go to the High Point University website. Since this is just an example, I'm just going to hyperlink to the High Point University website. So I type in the web address. Of course, you can always paste it in. That's no problem at all. And then you want to open it in a new window and then click OK. So now I have my text. I've done hyperlink. Say I want to add a picture. First thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to click maybe where I want the picture to go. Let's say I want this picture to go, oh, I don't know, right here. And then I click on the little Insert Image button, and I can upload a file. So I can choose the file that I want to upload. And the one that I want to upload is picture 1, I think it's 129. That's it. Picture 129, and this happens to be Albert Einstein, I hope. There he is in all of his glory. And I'm just going to click Add Selected. And here's the way it comes in. It comes in very large, in the middle, all the things that we don't really want in a blog because it detracts from my text and it looks kind of funky. I think you will agree. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to make it small, and then I'm going to make it left-centered. And so now everything looks good. Maybe, maybe not. Actually, it's kind of messed up my bullets to have it on the left-hand side, and that will happen frequently. So I'm just going to move it to the right-hand side. And now I have something that looks fairly decent. Okay? I have everything in line, my bullets look good, my picture's integrated, everything is pretty much ready to go. Right? So that's how you would add an image. One last thing you might want to add, especially if you're including tutorials, is you may want to add a video. So when you add a video, what you can do is you can go right here to Insert a Video. And you can do these from a file on your computer, from YouTube, okay? Or you can even go to My YouTube Videos. So if you are actually connected and logged into YouTube and it's connected to your Google account, which I'll be glad to help you do if you'd like to have that ability, then you can actually go to My YouTube Videos, see all of your YouTube videos here, choose the one that you want, choose Select, and the video is automatically added. Now, when you're writing a blog, one thing you want to remember is never leave the reader hanging. Okay? Now, this is just an example, so it has all different kinds of things that really don't go together put in. But let's say that this was the last thing on my blog post. If the video were to be the very last thing before my references, in case I had any citations, then I would want to make sure that before the video, I kind of wrap things up and let the readers know that the video was down there and it was in addition to, the blog post, so that it didn't leave me hanging with the video and no ending to the post. Another way to do this is to actually end the blog post after the video. And that means just put something in to kind of tie it all together. Don't leave your reader hanging and make them want to come back for more. Right? Once everything is complete, you're going to hit Publish. And then you can go and view it. I'm sure this is going to be wonderfully beautiful. Okay? And when you look at this, you go, what is going on with this? I've got red up here. I've got red here. I can't even read that. This is all white. What has happened is what many times happens when you copy paste. So here's how you fix that. You go back in to Edit, and you're going to need to highlight all of your text. It's not the most wonderful thing in the world to have to try to fix, but it can be fixed. And you're going to need to kill all of the formatting, which is this little Remove Formatting button here. And when you remove the formatting, you remove it all. So it's just, then you're going to have to put it back. You're going to have to go back to Arial, and you're going to have to actually go and put in your bullets again. So so that's kind of a pain, but that's how you do it. So I'm just going to do a couple here, just so you can get the idea and not spend all my time just having you watch me edit things. And let's go ahead and highlight this text up here. Get rid of Remove Formatting. And notice when I remove the formatting here, it actually removes where the picture is. It kind of removes everything. So I have to go back in and put things back where I want them. And then it's going to kind of come back together. And I might need to adjust my spacing. Okay. So I've done it for the top part of this. And so now let's update it and see if this has fixed my issue. So I go back to View Blog, and you'll see that part of it's fixed, part of it's not fixed. Okay. So we're going to go back in. And if I really want to make sure this is all going to be correct, I'm just going to delete everything that I have in here. Go back. And see if I can get it all to actually work. So at this point, one of the things that you may need to do is you may need to actually remove your video. You may need to remove your image. And let's see. All right, I removed those. Let's update. Let's see if this is working. Let's view it. Okay, that worked. I got rid of all that white behind it. Great. So now I can go back in and I can start to rebuild the deck. So I can get rid of my spaces. I can put back in my bullets. I'll just do a couple, show how it is. I can put back in my font. I know that I don't want to use the color of red because it's not going to show up. So let's just update. Now I'm just updating and checking it as I go to make sure that my changes are working. And they are, and it's looking great. So I'm going to continue on with that. Put my picture back in. Since I deleted it, I have to go find it again. I believe that it was 129. Add selected. And now I know to make it small, and I know to make it right. Things are going to fit in there again. Now that I've added this picture, let's see if things have messed up. Still looking good, so I'm still in good shape, and I'm just checking it as I go. Now I feel confident I can go back and continue to put in, delete, put my bullets back in. Now I'm going to try to insert this video and hope that that's going to make things continue to work. And I'm going to go to my YouTube videos and pick a real quick one. Select, there it is. I think I need a space there so that it looks nice. I need to get rid of a couple of spaces down here so that it looks nice. And I'm going to update one more time. Again, checking as I go. And that has fixed my problem. So that is an introduction into how to edit things in Blogger and also how to fix one of the most common problems you're going to run into. And that is funky things happening when you copy and paste from another website, from Word, or from anywhere else. As always, if you have any questions, be sure to ask.